host.
Okay.
So
So we're live. We're live, guys.
Hello, guys. Hi.
Hello. Welcome to Social Packs. This is your favorite host with the mostest.
Host with the mostest. Yes.
Alongside the one and only
Tonic Sounds.
Le
I don't know. Should I call
Bani,
Banele, aka Anele.
Vanilla.
Vanilla.
Kokobata.
aka
Kokobata.
You call it whatever you want.
It's very important.
Chineke.
Very
Why are
important.
you guys introducing me whereas I'm supposed to introduce myself?
Akiru, you are eating, so we try to.
Osama.
We being a team.
The male version of Anel with the gap.
Akiru. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us for this live broadcast. We coming to you live from Phuthaditjhaba.
Yes.
This is our second episode.
Yes, our
Hey,
second
hey,
episode.
hey.
Hand clap, unyana mo, hand
Hey,
clap,
Yakena,
mountain.
hey,
Behind the
Yakena.
mountain.
Hey, yeah.
Misebetsi
mountain.
emihle.
Misebetsi emihle.
I can't
Yes,
imagine
yes.
that. And can I just address the elephant in the room?
Literally there are two.
We
Wow.
did not plan wearing black tops.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So it was not pre-planned. We just woke up and ragat. It's already Tunyata Russian today. So ladies and gentlemen, we have a jam-packed show today for all our packers. We have noticed, actually, from this morning, we have how many subscribers on YouTube?
Wow.
Ooh, come on with it. Come on with it.
Thank you guys.
Come on,
We are
what?
noticing you guys. We see every activity.
Oh,
we see you guys.
like I'm very proud.
Lovely.
We are very proud.
I'm very
We love
proud.
We are very
Goeie
proud.
genade.
Goeie genade.
And on
Word of mouth.
and on Facebook, we're sitting at how many followers?
It's 120 and plus.
Oh, wow. Thank you so
Like
much,
it.
guys. We appreciate each and every one of you. Each
yes.
and every one of you who have been sharing your opinions, your constructive criticism, and also some ideas that we should introduce or rather implement in the
Yes,
show,
most
right?
definitely.
Yes. So that we can be bigger and
course.
better.
And better.
And better.
And better.
Oh.
Oh,
Podcast, eh? Podcast.
Yeah.
It's still free stage, I guess.
Yes, a
Yeah.
proper one.
Proper one.
Yes, with
Wait,
good sound quality.
Wait, what do you say? What do you
Yes.
Wait.
Yeah?
Are we not the first one?
We
I
are.
wouldn't know. Maybe
I wouldn't
someone
know.
is doing it.
I think
Go
we
back
would
room
Yeah,
or-
but
yeah.
okay.
I mean, like no shade. Like,
No shade
yeah,
whatsoever.
we just putting it out there. And guys, we eating the most nicest ice cream. A
Yes,
gentleman dropped like ice cream earlier on.
Yeah,
It's a motho wa feta.
what's a mega product?
Hey, imagine on a sunny day like this.
On a
Oh
sunny-
man,
so
man.
warm.
Yo, to our packers there at home or at work
Yeah.
or in their cars
Or on the flight.
or on the flights, like that flights flying to Cape Town.
Flying to Cape Town.
Bus
so-
stop.
Oh, we're so proud of y'all.
Bus stop.
Right?
Hey,
The bus
yes,
stop.
yes, yes.
Everywhere you can get us, guys.
We are there.
We are there.
We are there.
Yes.
So you remember last week when you came through, when you were coming from KZN,
Yeah, of
right?
course.
We were having a lovely conversation off air, right?
Of course.
Yes.
And it was so intriguing because I think after that conversation later on, like when I went through the audios and everything, I was like, wow, this conversation, we need to actually have it on air so that
Ah.
the packers can add.
Party.
Hey.
Ukuthi
Party.
kwenza
Yeah.
kantoni.
So please, if you do not mind, Tonic, can you kindly give us a highlight of your trip to KZN? If I'm not mistaken, it was work related, right?
Yes.
Yes. So what went down? Like, tell the packers what went down.
Show. Jafas, guys.
Yeah.
Ziyakhipha, ziyakhala.
Yeah.
But a wola. Hola. So went to Chesterville.
Oh, okay.
It's a place just out of CBD. It's about 20 Ks. Yeah.
Okay.
Hola, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went there. Go Zabas Chisanyama.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Yes. So we had our judges and everyone and
This was regards to the dance competition.
yes,
Oh, okay.
yes. So event went well,
Yeah.
and then after that we partied.
As usual.
It's a norm.
It's like
It's a given. You don't even have to ask.
it's part of the culture.
Ah.
You know?
Exactly. Yes.
So I was with the Afrotainment guys, MC the slots,
Yeah.
Skaka,
Oh.
Onika, the
Yeah,
dancer, Slender, the
yeah.
DJ.
Ooh.
You know,
Upcoming.
Slender DJ was with
Yeah.
Tira way back.
Oh.
Onika,
Okay.
Askhala fihlile,
Oh,
man.
nice,
But she's
nice,
doing
nice.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both doing good.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
female.
So,
They're both females.
Oh, no.
yeah,
Oh,
just to
wow.
interject, ne?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
one thing I've picked up is that ne? And like an Afrotainment is massive in KZN.
True.
It's massive.
True.
It's kind of like it's a subculture, one would say,
Wow.
right? It's massive. It's massive. And I, one thing I love about it is that our Zulu brothers, ne, when they do something, they own it. Zulu brothers and sisters, like I'm a fan of their traditional ceremonies, your Shembe
Yeah.
ceremonies and things. I am a super fan. So I suppose it's understandable to say that when I was asking, is he upcoming, right? Because you might find that he's been massive that side, even in Joburg, but in some smaller communities, you might,
and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, I think
Mm.
what we should learn is that
Yeah.
when I go to these events,
Mm-hmm.
you see things in a different way.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
you get to see these guys, they really support local talent.
Yeah.
Everything is just
Oh.
local.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Even if you
Yeah.
can check Ali Joburg,
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Maporisa, what he's doing in Kabza,
Yeah.
that's local stuff
Yeah.
from Pretoria.
It just
And
transcends.
Soweto.
Yes,
Oh, I
it
see.
goes to
Other
the world.
places.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Okay.
Yeah.
you find with Free State, man, we don't have those kind of things and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Wait,
and
we don't.
no, like we take things from KZN,
Yeah.
Joburg,
We outsource quite a
we
lot.
Oh,
outsource,
okay.
and then we make something of our
Yeah.
own or something. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Why
Something
do,
like
why
that.
do you think is that?
I think, you know what, from my perspective, right?
Yeah.
Migration has a tendency of creating a culture of adopting certain behaviors, certain
Aha.
cultures, and things like that. Because
Mhm.
I think, but also it cannot be something that we sit on to say this could be the only reason. But I think naturally, as Basotho, we are accommodating.
Oh.
We are very, very accommodating. One gentleman from one other cultural group once said to me, I don't know, you know what? The thing is, Luna Basotho, you are too emotional. I was like, are we really that emotional?
Emotional.
You
Okay,
know,
that's another
Hello.
way.
Yeah, like to a certain degree, we emotional, we gullible, like we are far too welcoming.
Yes.
So I think
Oh.
maybe, I mean, I may not be 100% correct, but
Uh-huh.
maybe I think it comes from that.
Oh.
Because the minute you welcome something, you
become
It's
it.
easy for that something to
You
take
become
over.
You become it.
Yeah, it's easy to become
Okay.
that.
Mm.
Okay, I see your point.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
So I went to clubbing in CBD
Mhm.
because where I was sleeping, there's a club just next to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Egagasin.
Oh
Wow.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hey,
Mm.
hey, Banele.
Oh yes, I've been there. I've been there.
The kloppers.
Yeah,
The coconuts. Nice.
Oh yes,
nice.
I've been there. Yes.
Yeah.
Yo,
yeah.
the club is nice, eh?
Really
Too much.
nice.
I think these guys they
Yeah.
invest in clubs.
Yeah, but it's competitive.
Yeah, very
Inside.
competitive.
They
yes.
invest.
Yeah, you are in today, tomorrow you might not be.
Aha.
Yeah.
aha.
Flip.
Yeah.
So I met some girls there.
Mm.
Bahlanqa komkhotsi.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, Bomkaya.
Eh, bomkhaya baya
Bana
ntanzi.
ba lapeng.
Okay.
I'm not doing.
Ah.
Yes.
Le kana ba etsa ba lapile.
Bana ba
Bana ba
lapeng.
lapeng.
Oh, le kana ba lapile.
Hayi bo. Motho a tloha mo a lapile.
I can say.
Abo Masimu. Oh, Abo Masimu.
So I was chilling with a Phuthaditjhaba group.
Yeah.
Obvious high guns,
Mm.
you know. And then next to the VIP section, there was these ballers,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Mm.
with Austin Martins and
Okay.
And you see some of the faces you know there.
Oh.
Zabanana. I'm like, hey,
You.
Kanti.
Yes.
Hey, wetsala.
Yes. On trend.
Wetsala.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kanti wa nyiwa.
Hey.
I went.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
eish, You
Yeah.
get to wonder,
Yeah.
oh nah, ish, this girl, what's her mach?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then when you go to pages and stuff, you see her like haibo.
Yeah.
Wanoja di prawn. Some
Nice.
prawn nyana zizenyani, kings and queens.
Yes. Yes.
Not kings and
Eh, kings and queens.
yes.
Awan.
Yeah.
Sing out of shell mkhods.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a usual.
Proper.
I'm not usual.
Butterfly.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh, the butterfly. Yes.
So I'm like, haibo. Kanti, when you're bowling in front of our eyes at home, this is what you do.
This is
Yeah.
what you do.
Hey man.
What is it that she does?
Yeah.
Hey.
Like,
I can't
oh,
say.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
can't
can't
Or
say.
professionally.
Yeah. You know?
Obviously, if you're bowling,
Yeah.
we need to know where your money comes from.
Of course.
Not necessarily we need to know,
Yeah.
but then we need to trace. If a trailing and a ale.
I don't think we need.
I need. I also
Yeah,
get
the
not
word
need
need it's
necessarily.
Mara
Yeah.
mesebetsi ya o e tla bonwa.
but also at,
Possible.
but also
Uh-huh,
at the same
uh-huh.
time, I think as people, one thing we need to master is mind your own
Mind your own business.
Ice cream e monate mfowethu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
High five.
expecting chocolate,
High
but
five.
it's caramel. Actually,
Really?
yeah.
Okay. That's
It's a
nice.
blend. Yeah,
Yeah.
Is
it's a
it?
blend of caramel and vanilla.
Oh.
Motho le ene ka o rekisa ntho tsa
Ah.
actually. Bubble
Bubble
gum.
gum ke blue gum ke.
Hey, oh,
Hey, which
Hey,
one? Mara, let's not do that.
but it's nice. Eh?
Yeah.
Is
It's
it
nice.
nice?
So I think that's yeah. Because I mean, hey, look, people make money in different ways in this world. Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the more money people look to have, seem to have,
Mhm.
without doing much, you wonder.
But remember we spoke about this
Yeah.
on our live
Yeah,
the live we had
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Facebook.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
there's a high level of
yeah.
you know,
High le-
prostitutes.
Oh,
Yeah.
high level.
High level.
Oh, prostitution.
Yes.
Yeah,
Asibaba emankonto
yeah, yeah.
go excel.
But you know what? I think in a country that is that has like job crisis, you need to be creative.
Ne?
You need to be
Yes, most
creative. You need to
definitely.
work with what you have. Listen, if your lie works for you and makes money for you, good for you, honey. If your body,
For how long?
no, here's the thing.
Yes.
If your body works for you and makes money for you, good for you.
Good for you.
Yes.
Yeah, but
Yes.
that's judgmental.
Yeah, but because when you ask for how long, Luena, you are not assured that you're going to live that long. So now the decisions that you can't compromise yourself, like you cannot compromise the quality of life that you would want to live now, not knowing or tomorrow you'll wake up.
You'll wake up. Yes. There's no guarantee
You know?
whatsoever.
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
hence kere lana gile dane.
Yeah.
And they say like a bad vibe,
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of shit, you know.
Absolutely.
It was
Yeah.
like, hi, I see you, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see you. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see you too.
Yeah.
You know? And I went and do my things.
Yeah.
They went, they do the things.
Nice.
You know?
So you were not faced by anything.
Yeah.
Ah,
in a way.
next what's I'm good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I think, look, it's beautiful. I respect any type of hustlers as long as you are not swindling people.
Yes,
Oh,
I don't
swindlers.
come in.
Yes. I
Speaking of
don't.
swindlers, yo.
Yeah, I don't like your triple M's. Your
Money,
Yeah.
your money schemes, your pyramid
No,
schemes, I
like-
saw
and
it.
cryptocurrency. If you're doing great on it, don't invite me. No,
don't.
I'm not interested.
Don't DM me on my
Don't-
Instagram page.
Don't do that.
No, don't
Leave
do
me
that.
alone. Huh? Leave me alone. So, but ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. We needed to tap on, like I'm sure wherever you are, you have a bit of an opinion or you have a lot to say. So,
Hit us on WhatsApp, guys.
Yeah.
We also have WhatsApp.
Yes.
and kind of the number is 076-859-6158, right? We're
Hit
gonna
us on
post it
WhatsApp.
as soon as we're done,
We're done,
right?
yes.
We're gonna share even our Instagram link, which is socialpacks_ZA,
Hey.
and our YouTube channel is
Social packs.
Ooh, Bantwana Bam.
We can school.
Hey.
1 plus
Hey.
1 is
Alright.
So here's the thing, guys. So we're gonna end our live broadcast on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
But we're gonna continue on our audio.
Yes.
But before we go, right, I want us to play that new song that we recently got by DJ
DJ
Phoenix.
Phoenix,
right?
yes, yes.
So DJ Phoenix dropped a new hot track, And you'll be hearing it for the very, very,
Very first
very
time.
first time.
Yes.
Listen,
Yes.
some of his family members haven't even heard
Heard
this
the
song.
song,
Yes.
most
But
definitely.
you
We got the
as the Packers.
exclusive. We got the
Rona.
exclusive.
As the Packers,
Yeah,
you
I think-
Please give us a countdown.
Oh, you want a countdown?
I want a countdown.
But before we do that,
Yes,
ne,
love,
I'd
yes,
like
love.
to tell our Packers that actually after the song, we're gonna be some of the topics that we will be covering,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, okay,
for
yes.
today's podcast, right?
Yes.
I think they're very interesting. We,
Uh-huh.
we had a discussion about it and we were talking about it, and yeah, kind of
Addiction.
addiction
We touched upon it on the first episode.
on the previous
Yeah,
episode,
yes,
right?
So now we're gonna just delve into it properly.
yeah.
And then we have mental health. Also.
Mental health.
Yes, most
Oh,
definitely.
it's so interesting how those two, if you were to think about it in depth,
Mhm.
they coincide.
Most definitely.
right? They
most
coincide.
definitely.
But okay, so we're gonna make it as exciting as possible.
Yes,
Of course.
yes. We're not gonna,
Right?
We're not
And-
gonna be too deep.
Yeah, and I would like you also remind me when we come back, ne? When tapping into mental health, I would like to hear from your perspective because amongst the three of us, you are the only person who's a father, right?
Mm.
And a family man
Yes.
in essence. So
Yes.
I'd like to hear from you because I think society has, for the longest of times, there's been so much pressure on man,
On man.
right? Legally
Mm.
so, and also in family confines, right?
Yes.
So when we
Yes.
come back, I want you to, like,
Touch
yeah,
on
I'm
that.
gonna get us into a tissue so that if you get emotional, we know what to do. Like,
yes,
No, I've
yes.
passed,
This
I've
is-
passed
this
the
is such a
emotion.
safe
I've passed the
space.
emotion
Oh,
side.
Ah,
Georgie.
we'll
I
see.
did.
We'll
Eh,
see.
we- Georgie.
I've passed-
Ke
What's
tla bona.
ba pinela le bo sekgobela plus ke Easter I'm pizza are
Ah,
a re tlo
ska
ho
ke
nna.
bina,
Hey,
mokgotsi, ska
Eh,
ke
a re
bina.
tlo ho nna o fole.
Phamisa matsoho, phamisa matsoho.
Hey,
Hey.
go to the cloppers.
Ke nna fada.
You are
I don't
hating.
take fada. Ke nna fada. Phamisa matsoho bana ba ka. Phamisa matsoho.
Bana ba ntate.
Yo.
Bana ba ntate, phamisa
So,
matsoho.
ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna listen to this beautiful song called Thando by DJ Phoenix, and
Yes.
when we come back, we're gonna hit it hard.
Yeah.
We're gonna drop it like it's.
Allah,
Hot,
say.
hot, hot.
Thank
Guys,
you.
don't forget
Mm.
WhatsApp. Hit us.
Yes, and
Please.
it's 076 859 6158.
And
Hit us,
guys,
guys.
here we go with DJ Phoenix.
DJ Phoenix.
Thando.
Come on out.
Ooh.
Welcome to Social Packs. This is Gamo, and you chilling. I am chilling actually with the one and only Tonic Sounds and Banele on the other side. So we're gonna get a bit not too serious, but we're gonna have like an interesting conversation with the Packers,
Yes.
right? Remember, this is a segment that will be going live. That will be shared actually on Sunday.
Yes.
Right, it's our second episode,
Mhm.
and we're coming to you live from Phuthaditjhaba.
Phuthaditjhaba by night.
Behind the mountain.
Qoqwa by the day.
Yes.
Ka botweng. Eh, go-
What?
Phuthaditjhaba by night.
What? By what?
Honestly, ke lebetse.
Eh,
Ka tswela
all
pele.
So for now, one of the most burning topics actually because we listened to our subscribers, right?
Yes.
And a lot of people the commentary and the advice that we were getting, receiving from some of our followers and our subscribers is that can we kindly tap into that segment, the addiction?
Mm.
Like, can we expand on it? And also mental health,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
I think most of our packers have been seeing quite of late, a lot of young people are either committing suicide, a couple of celebrities have done so. And looking at the stats, globally, South Africa is leading. South African men are leading in terms of suicide.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. South Africa has more men
bad.
who are committing suicide than most countries, underdeveloped and developed
Really?
globally.
Wow.
And that is worrying.
That's very worrying. Yes.
That is very worrying.
alarming.
But also,
The system.
it's
Wow.
yeah, I think you're going to expand a bit more
Yes,
on that.
most definitely.
And the reason why when we took a bit of a break before we took DJ Phoenix's song, and I said to Tonic that I would like to hear his perspective, as a family man, because I think of recent we've seen like a couple of men who committed suicide who were family men, right?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
And I believe like from observation, right? Some of our fathers or uncles and things like that. Yes, every person has their own mistakes, but there's a certain inherent pressure that has been placed on man.
Yeah.
Too much.
Right?
Yeah.
And yeah, from your perspective, Tony, right? As a man, as a father, right? As a family man, right? What would you attribute it to? Like, what are some of the most, like, from the top of your head that has led to a whole lot of, from your perspective, obviously, like your own opinion, that leads men to have these mental health issues and that have not being highlighted or addressed in detail?
Eish, mkhotsi, dingata, man. Dingata, because if you can check, life is a repealer, no?
Yeah.
Is that sorry, is that it's been pushed for us to live in a certain way.
Yeah.
Like, for instance,
Yeah.
tabaya inequality.
Okay.
It wasn't there before, right? Right? So now, remember Pusha in a way, we have to be equal as men.
Yeah.
And but it's a provider.
Okay.
So now you find a woman wanting to provide,
Okay.
and I lose the morals, the values, tabo me,
Yeah.
and trying to become a man, but whereas in that reality.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I say something?
Yes, please do.
I think we understand things differently, right?
Yes.
But honestly, I do not think that is where, like, that is the primary focus of equality.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think if we were to change our mindset from the inherent type of thinking that we grew up with to think, when we say equating two genders, like treating men and women equally, to a certain degree, I mean, I'm like, from my take and my observation, it should alleviate certain amount of pressure on men. Because now what this gentleman was tasked with doing, the laborious things and providing, now it has been divided.
I understand. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But the problem is, when, let's take for instance that and then you are
Yes.
ne?
Yes.
50-50.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Which is lesser for you as men as it was before.
Okay.
Now,
Yeah.
there comes
Yeah.
level of communication.
Okay.
I want to start what.
Yeah, but
You are right.
But
No, but
yeah.
Okay. Like,
Yeah.
you are not doing this.
Okay.
Now I'm doing this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a to
Yeah.
it's a escalator to motuaska respect for you being a father.
I was about to say, doesn't it boil down to respect?
It does.
Yeah.
But I mean, you do, like, you can be
No.
Yes. But understand something. Respect and equality are two different things altogether. They are two different elements.
Speak on it.
When someone decides to disrespect you, a younger person than you, a younger man than you, who you share the same gender, can choose to disrespect you.
Yes.
Ultimately.
Yes.
So the respect, we put it aside. Let's address this equality. How does it contribute to mental health? Because if I were to give my take, right? Remember, here's a household, right? That, okay, I'm gonna take you through my personal family experience from my father's side.
Okay.
So when I was growing up, right, my grandfather started working as a truck driver, right, for the previous government in homelands, right?
You are coming right. I love that.
Yes. And then after that, when the transition happened, right, my other grandfather from my like maternal side
Okay.
was a security guard during the homeland and then transitioned to being a police officer.
Okay.
On the other side, my grandfather had from the payouts, he had to start businesses.
Okay.
Then he became a taxi driver.
Wow.
At that time, my grandmother was not working. She was a housewife, but running businesses. Like they had pigs and they would, they would slaughter pigs and sell,
Okay,
blah, blah, blah.
livestock.
And then when the transition happened, my grandmother also had to find a job. That is when my grandmother had to start working called social development orphanage.
Oh, okay.
Right. Now, both of them were working in the house. Ne? Now, my grandfather inherently was raised as you are the alpha, the alpha male in the house. Like it starts and stops with you, right? And your wife is there to submit, right? To submit. But now, like the financial scales have been shifted in the household. We need each other so that we make this thing work. Because remember, my father's siblings, I think altogether they were about 7.
Okay.
Somewhere there, right? It was a big number. And most of them at that time, they were approaching high school varsity, right?
Okay.
When the transition happened.
Okay.
So financially, both parents needed to carry, the whole family. But mentally and stereotypes and culturally, my grandfather was told that you are the provider. Societal norms. And sometimes I feel like some things we cannot attribute them to women per se, but it's because of some unresolved issues with us men. Because remember, you have been taught this, which was flawed from the get-go. You were taught this, but now you are living in a totally different time frame, right? Where you need to respect the person who's, doing this life thing with you as much as you respect yourself.
But
Yeah.
making ne?
That's what we were taught.
That's what we according to
Yes.
who?
Okay.
Yeah.
A woman can be whatever they want to be.
Because I've always said for the
Okay.
longest of times, even, and this is my life practice in business and in everything,
Yes.
that I do not compete, I complement. So this notion of a woman is supposed to be low-key a servant. Let's be honest.
This submission thing.
Yes,
this submission
submission.
thing,
It's not complimenting.
It's not complimenting.
It's serving.
It's serving indeed.
It's not equating.
I mean, you are articulating this way better than I would have. I would have.
But
I'd
it's not
rather listen.
equating.
Yeah, it's not equating.
It's submitting. Like
Yes.
it's being underneath.
That's the problem. So now I think the mental glitch that happens with men
Yeah.
is when the roles have to be reversed.
Yeah.
Because now the woman, I get it,
it.
because the man being the
Doubles.
alpha male
Yeah.
is him providing,
Yeah.
is him doing everything. Everything
Yeah.
is dependent on him.
Yeah.
Now we get a shift.
Yeah.
Why
The woman has
why
now,
is
she's the one who's
shift?
providing.
Yeah.
Why is a shift?
The
If
shift.
I may ask.
So
Because Lee too, why is it a shift?
so remember,
Why are you shifting things instead of doing things together? Why are you shifting the roles?
Yeah, but now I'm not alluding to shifting.
No, I'm
saying
asking him.
equating.
I'm
Wait,
asking him.
no, I was talking about the shift from
The transition.
The transition.
Okay.
Is shift and transition not more or less the same thing?
No.
No.
Okay, guys. Lack of a better word then.
Okay.
Yeah. Where was I? I lost my train of thought.
Now the shift mental.
The man, like you said, like
Yes.
your grandmother had to be the one.
No, had to
level up to your
Yes,
grandfather.
Yes.
Oh, okay. No, I took it the wrong way.
Yeah.
So,
It's
correct.
it was that. But also I think
But
leveling up can be intimidating because
yes.
when someone is used to being on top, now you have to share the top position also. But also top position is not in everything. It's on certain things. Because the head of the household is still the man, right? However, on certain aspects, we need partnership. Not one leading the pack.
I think men.
I can agree.
I
can
think
agree
I
with
think
you.
men
Yeah.
find it hard
Yeah.
to
I
grapple
can
with that
agree with
idea.
you. Ne?
Yeah.
That the roles
Yeah.
in the household
Yeah.
they will remain like
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
Mhm.
the things that
Yeah.
that needs to be contributed.
Yeah.
We need to share and give you a certain
Yeah.
platform and say, okay, now
Yes.
that things have changed.
Yeah.
Now you need to come up a little bit.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But don't lose your position.
Yes.
I think that's
Yes.
the thing.
I think also, and I'm gonna play a devil's advocate. Some might not agree with me.
Uh-huh.
The problem is when some women start to think or equality means I can be better than a man.
That's the thing.
It's not
that's
about
the thing
that.
I was getting to.
It's about understanding that individually we can be better in different things, but we don't necessarily have to compete.
You can't compete.
We can't all make babies.
You can't.
But we need to understand because it's about role playing. Like it or not, we can be equal, but we play different roles. It does not mean that now that things are shifting, you have to be.
I am a seed. You are a soil.
Yeah, yeah, and both of those
Without
elements.
each other, there's nothing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't grow anything.
Yes.
I'm learning.
Yeah.
No.
I think perhaps those are the things, those are conversations that needs to be had in order to address these mental things, because some mental health struggles are not necessarily about abuse, challenges and things. It's about letting down of your ego, your guard, and accepting that things are change.
Yes.
So now being stubborn to certain things, you are not only creating a problem for yourself, but you are becoming hostile to be around.
True that.
Yeah.
Well,
I Kenana, to get back to the question you asked earlier, is that you as a person, you learn to become better every day.
True.
Like I learn to become more and more perfect, or I don't know, is it
close to perfection.
Close to perfection, to becoming like a good father to my kids. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because you have to leave that room of learning.
Absolutely.
You can't be right all the time and stuff. And I think also it plays a part on where you come from, what happened to you as a young boy and stuff. What do you want for yourself?
Yeah. Yeah.
But trauma
And
does play a role
we struggle.
in mental health.
It does.
We struggle.
Let's not erase that.
True.
But we can't just say trauma is the only reason for mental health. No.
And
Other people can sit in that trauma.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Acting like a victim all the time.
So now I want to pose a question to you, right?
Yes.
Right. Hypothetically speaking, right? Say you get married. Obviously, it's going to be a same-sex marriage.
Yeah.
Now, how do we define roles in those kind of spaces? And I'm saying that in a sense, how do we define roles in that kind of space? Whereas historically, men are known to have egos. So now when you have two
egos,
ha ntse re hola baholo ne ba reng poho tse pedi ka hara lesaka.
Ke masepa.
Excuse the pun.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I've never thought that far.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And honestly speaking,
now you are here.
It's man fucking
you are
me.
here.
It's man fucking me. Like, okay, wow.
Fuck
yeah.
this.
Obviously, I grew up in the same society that everybody like.
Yes.
That everybody has grew up in, ne?
Yes. But you are taking a different path.
But I'm taking a different path because I'm marrying a man and I'm also a man.
Yes. And you were not taught about.
And I was not taught about
role playing.
This whole role playing.
How do you navigate that?
How do you navigate that? Oh my gosh. Why am I thinking? I feel like I'm gonna default into whatever stereotypical.
Let's hear. Like,
it has to be the one who submits. It has to be the one who takes.
Which one?
Which one? It's dependent on the two people that are in the relationship.
Okay. Does it have to be?
It doesn't have to be, Kamu.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be. But then because of what I'm used to, of what I've learned, or what I've become accustomed to.
Yes.
It's natural for me
to want something that kind of
to,
dynamic.
to want that kind of dynamic, or to fall into, like, to defaulting
okay.
into that dynamic.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I think it will
Fuck.
be highly
Yeah.
dependent on us. Let's say you and I
Yeah.
are partners.
Okay.
It's gonna be highly dependent on what we talk, what
Yeah.
we communicate about,
Yeah.
and how
Yeah.
do we see ourselves in
Can
this
can we
union.
be okay? Sorry to cut you there.
Yes, love.
Can we be partners instead of wanting one to be the CEO and the other one to be the deputy president? Can we perhaps do partnering
Mhm.
all together?
Hey, lentswe le la partner mkgotsi.
Yeah.
Wa tsaya le kotsi ne?
Yeah. Expand on that.
Expand.
Just a little.
Don't use the Linda.
Sure, le kotsi.
Uh-huh.
Because if you say partners,
Yeah.
whatever that you're having, I'm having.
I'm having.
Okay.
Okay.
Here's my take
Uh-huh.
when it comes to partnering. You know, we can contribute 50% of whatever assets that I have, but they will not be the same. You understand?
Repeat that.
We can contribute 50% of each other's assets, but they will not be the same,
But of the same value.
of the same
On
value.
the
Okay.
civil.
Yes.
Okay.
With one goal.
With one objective. Let's
Mhm.
not
Yeah.
say goal, but objective.
Uh-huh,
Okay.
uh-huh.
Right? Why do I say that? It's because you are very strong in mathematics, you are very strong in accounting.
Mhm.
I am a creative,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I need your fuel to fuel this engine,
Mhm.
right?
And I need your
And
creativity to
yes.
fuel this engine. Also.
yeah. So it's
Which one is
it's a
better?
balance. There's no balance.
there's no
I'm
better.
I get my words. I'm just fucking you guys up.
Yeah, there's no
Fucking
better.
you.
There's no better.
There's no better because
Because without the
he
other-
is better. He's
I
better in
understand.
mathematics. I'm not.
Yeah.
But I'm better when coming to a certain, type of creativity,
Yes.
and he is not.
Uh-huh.
Just
All-
like us.
Together we balance.
Just like us.
Hence, I'm saying because the question. The question.
Yeah, bro.
When
Yes.
I asked you that question, it
Yeah.
was because I needed us to have that, just to tap into it.
Tap into it. I see
Yeah.
that.
Be-
Just that I haven't thought that far about
Yeah. Well, this is the right platform.
it. Exactly. I know.
Yeah.
So in my mind, from the top of my head, I'm just thinking of
Yeah.
defaulting to whatever stereotypical roles they are
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pekas, we're learning again.
Whereas,
Yeah.
let's say my partner
Yeah.
will have to have that conversation.
Ooh.
Jonga, we are getting into this
Yes.
union,
Yes.
and we are not going to do what
Yeah.
the world is doing out there.
Ooh.
We're just going to do us. And this is us.
Okay.
You bring your mathematics, I bring my creativity. And we
Yeah.
try to find a balance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And now we get into the household.
yes.
Okay.
The household, we'll have to still discuss ubani uzopheka, ubani uzoyenza nanto, what is
Yeah.
Responsibilities.
yeah, exactly.
Yes. Role.
Roles.
I think it's what's our communication. We
Yeah.
take it very light.
we do.
And
Like, as blacks, we take it very, very
do.
light.
we do actually. We don't
We
we are not the
don't.
best
We
communicators out there.
Like we don't.
are
And
not.
it's about we are going to sensitive. Like
Uh-huh.
Yes.
you know what?
Yeah.
And
Uncomfortable conversations.
Yes.
Uh,
I think you're not that like
Yeah.
because we touch on
uncomfortable.
uncomfortable
conversations.
conversations.
Yeah.
And
Look at your friendship blossoming.
Wow.
Hey. Shall I get to you?
Shine bright like a
A
diamond.
diamond.
Ah, wait, nah. So you say Kimberly, Black
Going back to like the mother topic, right?
Yeah.
Which is mental health.
Yeah.
And I think individually we have picked up, right,
Uh-huh.
the role of it. And because I would like to believe that most of the people who even consider committing suicide or who fall, or rather who transition from, and I say transition with, open codes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
transition from anxiety to severe depression and so forth.
Mhm, mhm.
Those people are partnered, or they're in a relationship,
Ah.
or they have people around them,
Yeah.
right? But why is it that when it comes to that moment where you are fighting this mental beast, it
Mm.
becomes an isolated battle, whereas you are in a community of people? Because
Sometimes you don't even know how to articulate ourselves.
no, like
I feel like
yeah.
we don't understand what's happening. with
I
us
understand what you
most
say,
of the time.
Okay.
but
And
we talk.
coming back to communication, we,
Mkhotsi,
we are not
Okay.
Mkhotsi,
good
we talk.
communicators.
Like we talk, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there was this time. I think Amo just called me. You know, and he's like, "Hey,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, hey man, I'm getting there, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But at the back of my head, I'm fucked up, you
Uh-huh.
know.
So why
And
do you
I
have to
don't
hold
wanna.
up that front?
No, he knows.
Okay.
He knows what I'm going through because
Uh-huh.
we
Yeah.
talk.
Uh-huh.
You know, we talk a lot. But
Mm-hmm.
at times, I feel like it's gonna be like, I'm a kgotsi man. Ho nong o bua ka yona?" Wa understand?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You tend to judge yourself or I'm a security banele so many times that it's not gonna be believable,
Ah.
you know. And then it tells you, and you get tired. Like, you know what? I'm sucked out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm sucked out and I'm tired.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
if
There's always gonna be somebody who wants to listen.
Yeah.
That's what
oh,
I think.
I know, but
Do you realize you saying the other person's gonna be tired of what you're listening is putting
Yeah.
you back into that space.
Yeah.
That
Mokgotsi,
isolation space.
Yeah.
yeah, but mokgotsi, we need to feel like
Yeah.
that state, ne? It
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
snaps.
You
And
know,
then you get into there and you need
Yeah.
to find a way of coming out.
okay.
Mm.
You
It's
understand
like
what
a
I'm
black
saying?
hole.
Yes. You need to find a way of coming out. If you
Okay.
can't come out there, you'll end up
You'll
not
sink.
seeing us.
Yeah. You
Mhm.
will sink.
Wow, I understand. But
Yeah.
if I feel like depression comes like day in, day out. We don't even
Absolutely.
realize.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wa
You get
understand?
functional.
You get dysfunctional and then ubada neng ha o sa batla ho smile ha o sa batla ho kopa le batho, you decide to sleep
True.
the whole day and stuff.
Yeah.
Yabona?
Mm-hmm,
You find yourself doing funny stuff and you feel like maybe fatigue or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, can't it's that mental state that you don't even know now you be dying.
All right.
Is it you isolate yourself because it's happening in your mind?
Yeah.
And
Yes.
you really can't really
Yeah.
Yes.
explain it to other people. You feel like
Yes.
you're the only one.
Who's
You
going-
yourself, you
Yeah.
can't explain it, can't even
Yeah.
understand it,
Yes.
comprehend it.
Yeah.
So now you feel like
I
because I don't understand it,
You
I
remem-
can't really
Yeah.
articulate
But
it.
remember, some things what you go through mentally,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it's difficult to express it,
Uh-huh.
primarily because at that point in time, Luena, you are still trying to figure
Figure it
out
out.
what it
Yes.
is, right?
Ah.
And how can you best express it. Actually, I think at some point I'm gonna invite one of my friends who's a psychologist, just so that we have this topic again,
Yes.
of mental health.
Yeah.
I think from their perspective, they could, help us
Help
quite a
us.
lot.
Yes.
But taking it just over the top, like
Mhm.
brushing over it. It's interesting nowadays because it boils down to the type of friendships and relationships that we have altogether.
Uh-huh.
Because you look at small incidences tsa go tshwana le, if you were to disappear now and let's say you are living in Pretoria,
Mm-hmm.
chances are your parents might find out a week later that you've disappeared, depending on the type of relationship that you have with them.
Aha.
And your friends, they might find out 72 hours later, depending on the kind of friendship that you have. Your partner might find out 24 hours later, depending on the kind of relationship and communication that you have.
Most definitely.
The person who has abducted you might find out at that instant that you might not be coming back anytime soon.
Wow.
So if you look at that pattern, it stretches to what? How you communicate with these people and where you have placed them in terms of communicating.
You hit it on the nail.
So now when it comes down to mental health, right? Because communication also is personally, I feel like it's even more therapeutic than we attribute it to be. Because you let things out.
Yes.
So yeah. And
you can't internalize everything.
You can't internalize everything. I mean, also like tapping into that, if we could quickly like touch on addiction, right? Would you say that certain patterns that have led you to becoming maybe isolated or so and so can be seen as a certain type of addiction?
It's an addiction.
It is an addiction.
How so?
You're gonna start.
It's something that you escape to, at times,
Yes.
time and time again. You escape to it.
Wow.
It's an addiction.
Wow.
So you don't want to be yourself. You're like,
Yeah.
let me
Let me
Wow.
a hideaway.
Actually,
let
wow,
me,
that's an
you
aha
know.
moment. Wow.
Yeah.
It's an escape.
It's an escape.
Yeah.
Addiction is an escape.
Ooh, man.
Literally.
Oh, my
Wow.
You know why do I say that? It's because like it's something when it's dripping in your head, like the more it drips, the bigger it expands. So every
Yes.
time when you repeat it, it's like
Ah.
Ah.
So it's sinking in.
it's sinking in gradually.
It's an escape.
Oh wow.
That's why you find,
Yeah.
even if you're doing acting and radio presenting, you need a therapy
Yeah.
because that's not you.
Oh.
You're internalizing everything that's happening
That's
with that
not you.
character.
Ultimately, you need to come
You
out.
need to
out
come
of that.
out of
Oh my
whatever
God.
that, like with us now.
Yeah.
We need therapy.
We do.
We do because
I remember this
because
with Tom.
because
sorry.
I will be calling you and say,
Yeah.
Kamu, I need us to be behind the mic.
Yes.
Because I'm loving this.
Mhm.
I'm loving my voice. Which
So it's gonna become your addiction.
Of course.
Because you want to escape whatever
Yes,
is
I'm
troubling
free.
you.
Look the way I said.
Comfortable.
Like it's an escape.
Yeah.
This just reminded me of Heath Ledger. He played the Joker.
Oh,
He
yeah.
killed himself after that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That thing, what do you call it? The role.
The role of the Joker.
It was too much.
It was too much for him.
It was too much.
He was not even there to win his Oscar.
Sure.
It was too much.
Wow, guys.
That is intense.
That is intense.
So, because I remember the other time when we were having this addiction conversation.
Yeah.
And funny enough, earlier on, I was having it with my grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
Don't cry.
No. I'm fine. and what I was saying to him is that, I'm at a point in my life where I'm finding it difficult to resonate with a specific church because I feel like I'm surrounded by, well, you know what? I'm not pointing fingers per se, but it's how I feel that I'm surrounded by people who are addicted to religion, that they fail to tap into the spiritual element. Because you find people who go to church every Sunday and sometime during the week. But the moment we walk out of the church, we stand outside, they're talking about who was who, he, her. There's no essence of upliftment in like a continual conversation of upliftment, right? And I think for me, at some point,
there's a vivid contradiction.
Yes.
Church is an addiction.
Yes. No, at some point, I know for a fact I was addicted to the routine of it.
Wow.
But if I were to tell you that how my life progressed during that course, I wouldn't say much. Because some things, like some addictions, they take you out of an element of excellence when you apply yourself, but they make you reliant on that specific addiction to depend on it to produce the results that you could have been getting if you were to apply yourself.
Sounds like alcohol and drug addiction.
Yeah.
No, like this one,
But
it's even deeper than alcohol, and it's something else.
Yeah.
Like this one Kam is talking about, just to emphasize on it.
Yeah.
You will find this brother Mamang and sister Mamang in church.
Yeah.
They believe so much in the word of God. To an extent that they're not even thinking about their lives. To change their lives. Out of the church. Not inside the church.
Yeah.
Hey.
Do you get where I'm going?
I do.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
I do.
And then when? Because how do you only das go tricky?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that. So, how do you only
Drinking? Yes.
You are orodo. Your life blossoms. Right?
Yeah.
And then you go back to church. They want more time from you. Sister Mama, the brother Mama, they are still there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Barry,
Yeah.
Robatlele, Mokhodzi, Okokenyetse. What are they doing? Hence, Kama Tachaledo. Blessings, that one, sometimes.
Yeah.
Di kantle.
Yeah. Because I think
They dwell too much in.
yeah.
They're
Yeah.
not exercising the word.
Yes.
That's the thing.
Yes.
They're not
Habit can also-
exercising.
Yeah.
Whatever
Una
that-
a habit leader to
Whatever
addiction.
Yes.
whatever that you are hearing,
Yeah.
ne?
Yeah.
Every Sunday.
Mhm.
Why
Are you not
are
exercising?
you not
it?
exercising that?
But then again, think about it. Ne?
Human nature.
Yeah, no, that I get.
Uh-huh.
But also in the same precinct, you find people who are exercising the word and those who are overly reliant to a supernatural
Power.
force to make things
Mm.
happen, right?
Aye.
Okay. So now my part, right? When I say that to some point I felt like I was addicted to it. I was so addicted to it because I could not see myself living without without it
Mara
and
motho-
out of it.
mara Bible e re Modimo o tla dula a na le wena ka nako tsohle.
Yes.
So
I get it, but it goes back to what you were saying. Practicing and exercising.
yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Because you know, a lot of people tend to say you can read to understand, but not read to what comprehend or whatever.
Yes.
You know, so there's a difference between the two. Like, because I mean, look, there are things that you know from top to bottom, which you have become accustomed to, or you live and breathe, right? But when you think about it in depth, you are actually not actually growing growing from it, but you are stagnant because you know it in and out, but there's no element of growth.
Growth, yes. Most
Mara
definitely.
o kreme this thing.
I get you.
Wait, so I got
Wait, baka pelo le moya. So now, and I mean, I'd like you to also to share, like, what is one thing that from the, like, if you were to think, what is one thing that at some point you had to deal with because you were addicted to it, unaware or aware?
Well, most of the time I just navigate and never think about what's keeping me afloat.
What
There's
is
a-
your
there's-
addiction?
What is my addiction?
Dingata, mfowethu.
Oblivion. Can I say oblivion is my addiction?
Expand.
N- living in your own world.
Okay. All right.
I feel like
Who do you invite?
who do I invite in that world?
Yes.
Nobody.
How's the world like?
It's very lonely.
Absolutely.
It's very lonely, and I'm okay with that fact.
With the loneliness.
With the loneliness.
And you see, here's the same thing that I had a problem with, that I suffered with
Mm-hmm.
while I was in that addiction, that
Yes.
phase. I
Mhm.
didn't see any problem with it.
Is it?
Yes.
Yes, because you are hooked, Eker.
You're hooked.
Oh.
Yeah, it has like transcended from habit to an addiction.
Addiction, yes. Wow. Okay.
Habit.
You
Wow.
understand?
Addict.
Just realized something about myself, but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just realized something about myself.
Yeah.
Let's sex.
Even-
What's the sex addiction?
Yes, yes. I know.
Yes.
Sex.
Addiction.
Alcohol,
Yeah.
gossiping.
You know,
Even gossiping.
It's an addiction.
and a lot of men are addicted to gossip.
Gossiping,
It's
yes.
an addiction.
More than women.
And they have equated it to, not equate per se.
True.
So ba entse ekare ke ntho ya ntho. Le tjhesa mmate jwalo batho ba modimo.
Yeah.
Le entse ekare ke ntho ya basadi fela le taba gossip.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, hence scary gossip. I didn't.
I'm
wanna
not specifically
specify.
I'm not specifically saying you and you, but then the society as a whole.
Yeah.
So ba entse ekare ke ntho ya basadi. Whereas we are the biggest gossipers out there.
Eh, raseba, man.
Yeah.
What do we get out of it?
From
An
gossip?
escape.
An escape.
Yeah.
Feeling bad.
I don't know.
Are we feeling better?
I don't know. I don't know. Honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So basically, like, in conclusion,
Yes.
of the two topics that we've spoken about, addiction and mental health,
Mhm.
right? So now you just touched on what you personally feel that you're addicted to,
True. Yes.
which to some degree it
Mhm.
connects with mental health,
Yes. Most
Right?
definitely.
right?
Yes.
Do you think that you are sitting at a position where you are slowly or gradually finding solutions to it, or are you still going to try and
I'm at a place where I'm so comfortable with it. I'm not
Yeah.
even seeking
for
solutions.
solutions? How long do you think it's going to go on
Up
for?
until I realize, oh, I need to get out of that position or
Don't
that
you-
stage.
After this conversation, you still don't feel that you have to?
Now,
Not really.
now
Okay.
I feel like addicts are your are part of your life until you die.
Really?
Yeah,
Addiction
you will
is part of your life up until you die.
yes yes you will leave this one and go to the
And
next
go to the
one.
next one,
Yes,
most definitely.
yes.
Oh, I see your
Yes.
point. Yeah.
I feel like it continues. There's a
Yeah.
lot of addictions. There's
It's like a chain.
It changes.
clothes addiction.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Shopping.
shopping
Mhm,
addiction.
I'm a shopaholic.
Food, food.
Yes.
You know, so
Yeah.
if you tap into a specific kind of food,
yeah.
you will be addicted for that for a certain period of time until you get to know other kinds of food.
If I'm wrong. Addiction is like seeking an escape from something, I guess.
It's an escape.
It's an
Yeah.
escape, I guess.
Yeah.
So
What
like
are you
just
escaping?
yeah, what are we escaping?
What
This-
are you escaping?
This state of loneliness.
When? Is it?
No, I'm
Is
not
it
trying
what-
to I'm not
Is it loneliness?
No.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you? Can you come and say hi here
To the people.
to the people? We have a new subscriber.
We have a new
We have a new
subscriber.
subscriber here. What's your name?
Hi, my people. Hi, my
I
people.
get you've been on
your
the
name?
phone all the time. I'm
What's your
like,
name?
look at this one now.
Let's give her a chance.
Why you being jealous, Benedict? My name is Maureen Mukwena.
Why do you have
She's a
to sing?
packer.
Why do you
She's
have
a
to sing?
packer. You must subscribe, eh?
I will.
Social packs.
I will.
What don't you?
You know what? One thing I like about this thing is that it's going to be on Facebook, right? And most of her friends,
Yes.
former schoolmates,
Uh-huh.
they will hear that falsetto.
Uh-huh.
Hey.
Maureen!
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Very
so,
much.
like, in conclusion, I think we've tapped on two most important topics. And as I was asking you,
Yes.
and you said you're comfortable
I'm comfortable
with your
yes,
addiction
yes.
and your mental state, in a way.
Mm,
I get
at the moment.
at the moment,
Yes.
and you will only come out of it when you
Feel the need. When
feel the need.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
when it's hindering
And
some
and,
sort
and,
of performance.
and
in my
Tonic was
life.
saying, "Hore, it's like you literally go from one
One
addiction to
the
another,
next.
Yes.
right? Unaware, most
Unaware,
cases,
yes.
right? Until you have to shift to the next one.
Ah.
Yes.
You realize it was an addiction that I was in,
addiction.
but now
Yeah.
you're stepping into the next one.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us for today's podcast. We are literally just over an hour of recording,
Ooh.
and
Wow.
it's
Wow.
like we can go on the whole day.
I know, right? I know.
Right, and this is our second episode. We hope that you learned something.
Yes.
We
course.
hope it,
We are here for you.
it activates you,
Mm.
like
Yes.
for you to want to engage with us
With
a bit
us,
more,
yes.
right?
Yes, most
and,
definitely.
and we will be expecting something, some engagements from you, just to get to know if did we miss something, or is there something that you would
wanna
like us
talk
to
about.
have?
Mm.
And I think what we're gonna do is that all these comments that we get from our packers,
Yes.
and all the messages that we keep on getting for our packers branch,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna invite each and every person,
Yes.
gonna give them a platform,
Yes.
right,
Yes.
for us to have a round table
Ah,
Yes,
right.
Yes, most
over
definitely.
over a
I think-
bonfire because we're approaching winter.
Yes.
I think you should explain more of a Packers branch.
Ah,
Okay.
yes,
Yeah.
please
All right.
do
Yeah.
elaborate.
So basically, at the end of each and every month, our last episode of the month, we will be hosting Packers Branch.
Yes.
What Packers Branch is that we'll be inviting an exclusive few, right,
Mhm,
to
mhm.
the branch, and that is where we will be serving food and popcorns, and then we will be interacting with one another. In some Packers Branch, we will have a guest artist or DJ for
Yes,
that matter,
most
and
course.
definitely.
and we're going to be engaging with our followers, our subscribers, you know,
Skilla Salam Rao, people
let's get a salam
are
rao.
talking with us on WhatsApp.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
number is 076
Yeah.
859
Yeah, bo.
6158.
Yes.
076 8596 158.
Yes.
And don't forget to follow us on Instagram.
Yeah.
Our handle is at socialpacks_ZA.
Yeah.
On Facebook, you find us under the social page, social packs, sorry.
Yes.
Sorry. And then on YouTube, we are
Social Packs.
All right.
With an S, not with a Z, ne?
With an S. With an S.
With an S, yes.
Yes.
Like
A big one or a small one?
I'm gonna go so like about the shop.
What's important is
What's
an
important is an S,
Yeah.
yes.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen,
Thank
for
you very
joining us.
much.
And have
We
yourself
love
a
you.
lovely day. From me, Kamo, and
Tonic Sounds.
And Vanel.
With a
that's
gap.
all we have for you today.
Shout
Yay.
out. Shout out.